And this is about the inside track of the Prime Minister's speech at the BJP National Executive meeting that took place over the last 2 days. Now, the Prime Minister asked BJP members to reach out to every section of society and work for them without electoral considerations. A big message. Now, party sources have also told CNN News 18 that he asked party members to serve every section of society with full dedication. He also suggested to the party workers that they refrain from making unnecessary remarks about irrelevant issues, such as about movies, as it puts the party's development agenda on the back burner. So we're crossing over to CNN News 18's Arun Dhanta to get us more. Arun, tell us more about the significance of what the Prime Minister has said at the BJP National Executive meeting.
Well, it is very significant because we all were expecting that Prime Minister Modi, would speak on the elections which are going to take place in 2023, the 9th state which will go to polls, and then you have the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. But on contrary, Prime Minister Modi's focus was largely on, in his concluding address, was about connecting people of this country, and therefore he was very clear when he was saying that when we talk about Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath, it means that we need to bring all the countrymen together without their caste, creed, or religion. And he was very clear in his address that we need to reach out to every section of the society without even thinking whether they vote us or not. He said we need to focus on the minorities, which of course includes the Christians, Pasmanda Muslims, Bohra Muslims.
All right, Anand, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to interrupt you. We're being joined by Mr. Udit Raj of the Congress. Mr. Raj, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. The breaking development that we're covering right now is that the Prime Minister at the BJP's National Executive meeting that we saw over the last 2 days has given a directive to party workers to refrain from making unnecessary remarks about irrelevant issues such as about movies, as it puts the party's development agenda on the back burner. How do you see this directive from the Prime Minister to the BJP?
When such things are happening, then Prime Minister is silent. When already enough is done, enough harm is done, then of course, then he advises his people. He says the tactics that by the time the message of hatred is gone, and now the work is done, then of course he wants to become a statesman and in the eyes of the people that he is above all. But what has he been doing for months together? Why was he silent at that time? Wasn't he aware of it? He was aware of it, always happens with it. So many things happen every day, like Bilkis Bano and all. Could he speak anything on it?
But Mr. Raj, what I do want to bring to light, you're saying that, wasn't the Prime Minister aware of it. Don't you think him making this remark at the BJP National Executive meeting, asking the party workers to refrain from making statements about movies, don't you think that already illuminates the fact that he is aware of it and seeks to make sure that future statements are not made when it comes to movies?
See, without the nod or without the silent support of Prime Minister, nothing can happen. Let me tell you, and as far as second part is concerned, that others should not go to media and speak. He has been counseling when I was with BJP that others should not speak. It's his monopoly to speak, and that is how that is what the message he wants to give. All the time he should be on television. Why should other MPs and office bearers should be visible? The purpose is that the monolith completely, and on behalf of all ministries, be it health, be it defense, or be it rail, whatever it is, it's he who gives the statement. And anything new starting, he starts, he inaugurates. No Prime Minister could do it.
All right,
So,
Mr. Raj, do stay with us. We're also being joined by Mr. Majid Memon of the TMC. Mr. Memon, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. What we have is information about the inside track of what the Prime Minister has said at the BJP National Executive Meeting. Now, one particular statement that he has made to party workers is that they refrain from making unnecessary remarks, especially when it comes to movies. Tell us how you see the statement, because the Congress, we've just spoken with Mr. Udit Raj, they're saying that the Prime Minister was silent before. Why is he making the statement now? What do you have to say?
Well, the atmosphere in the country that people have reflected to political parties that they do not support BJP in the manner they have supported in the past. And probably this has caused some kind of panic in the BJP camp. And this national convention or meeting that is taking place, the Prime Minister is now making all kinds of requests and suggestions to his people not to do certain things and not to do certain things. It's only some kind of a verbal advice like his jumlas. I don't think what he means, what he says, or what he says would be seriously taken. These are only ornamental suggestions for the paper of consumption of publicity by media. You see, his statement that we must go to Muslims, we must not talk against them, we must not talk against movie. No, his people are not going to hear this. These people are going to follow what the RSS dictates are. Because that is what is experienced in the last 9 years. And therefore, I don't think that these words of advice that are falling from Prime Minister's mouth are having any kind of serious repercussions. And this is only establishing that BJP is on weak wicket, and they know that the power is likely to slip from their hands, and therefore this is nothing but an indication of panic in the BJP camp.
All right, Mr. Memon, do stay with us. We also have Anila Singh of the BJP joining us on the line to also give us the BJP's perspective on what you're saying. Mr. Anila Singh, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. What we're covering is the inside track of what the Prime Minister said at the BJP National Executive Meet. What I wanted to ask you about is we've had responses from the Congress and the TMC about this. The Congress is saying that the Prime Minister was silent before. Why is he making these statements now? The TMC is saying that the RSS is dictating these terms. Specifically, the statement that we're talking about is where the Prime Minister has essentially asked party workers to refrain from making unnecessary statements, especially when it comes to things like movies.
My ramam to everyone, and what wrong he has said. Why these political parties are criticizing him? Has he said anything wrong? Why they are saying that why he is giving such statements? He has always given such statements. He has always held peace and harmony in the country. And he has always told the workers of the Bharatiya Janata Party and nation as well that we should not criticize or we should not make unnecessary comments on everything. And there is absolutely no need of giving statements as soon as any mic comes in front of your mouth. Prime Minister or the senior most leadership of my political party, Bharatiya Janata Party, has always maintained this thing. And whatever he has said, I think it is in the perfect taste to keep peace, harmony, love in our nation. And this is what any leader should do. And if the political parties who do not want peace and harmony to prevail in our country, they are not instructing their workers, and they are commenting on the Prime Minister of our country or the leadership of our political party. So I really applaud Mr. Modi. Whatever he has said, it is perfect, and I think each and every worker or each and every citizen of our country should follow that.
Mr. Nelson, do stay with us. Mr. Memon, did you hear what she was saying? Would you like to respond to that? All right, we'll try to reestablish that connection. I do want to thank all of our guests for joining us on this issue. We will be going over again what the Prime Minister had said. He said that the Prime Minister had asked BJP members to reach out to every section of society and work for them without electoral considerations. Party sources also said that he asked party members to serve every section of society with full dedication. Now, he also suggested that party workers refrain from making unnecessary remarks